So this year's theme for Ganesh Utsav was Shivaka, or Time of Shivaji Maharaj. So we'll be covering different aspects of Shivaji Maharaj's life and his soldiers and his vision for Swaraj. So these are the three paths to devotion that we talk about in the Bhagavad Gita. Jnana and Shivaji Maharaj followed all of these. So Jnana was through his pursuit of knowledge in studying scriptures, religion, strategy, and politics. Karma was through his actions and in his vision for fighting for Swarajya, which was his dream for an ideal kingdom where people of different faiths could live together. And Bhakti wasn't just for namesake. Bhakti was also shown through his actions and his ideals. So, for example, he respected women of all different religions and cultures, even if they were enemy. Contrary to at that time how the Mughal or Adil Shahi would view women and children as just spoils of war. And then these are some life lessons we can take from Shivaji Maharaj, his soldiers and followers, and some general life lessons from that period. So this structure is called Meghnambari, and if you see a statue of Shivaji Maharaj, he is generally shown seated in one of these. And the top part represents the Chhatra or umbrella, from which the name Chhatrapati comes from, Lord of the Royal Umbrella, which is another word for emperor. And to symbolize how under one ideal and under one roof, how soldiers from different religions and different castes all came together, we put different soldiers underneath this chhatra. And these are the industries started by Shivaji Maharaj. So, shipbuilding, Shivaji Maharaj built a very strong navy to fight enemy ships and seafaring pirates like the Siddhis, and also to fight naval pirates like British or Portuguese. For his salt production, at that time the Portuguese had a monopoly over the salt trade, and they would charge very high prices for salt. So Shivaji Maharaj started his own salt production so that he could counter the Portuguese. For mining and metallurgy, Shivaji Maharaj printed his own coins called the Shivrai. But at that time, since the technology wasn't that good, the coins weren't well made. And the British saw this and they said to Shivaji Maharaj that we will manufacture coins for you with your own seal and insignia. The only condition is that let our currency work in your economy as well. But Shivaji Maharaj knew that if he allowed their currency in, their economy would be destroyed and it would undermine his own currency. So he said no to that and said that our own people will learn how to make such beautiful coins. So UNESCO nominated 12 forts of Shivaji Maharaj that were known for either historical events or for their importance in the Maratha Empire. So the first of these forts is Raigad, which is the capital of the Maratha Empire. And this is where the coronation ceremony happened. So this is a model of Raigad, and if you see the aerial views, Raigad actually has multiple layers going down. So this is just the topmost layer. There are multiple structures here. One of them is Hirkani Buruz, which is a watchtower named after Hirkani Bai, who climbed out of this part of the fortress. And in honor of her bravery, Shivaji Maharaj built this watchtower named after her. This is a secret passageway called Wagh Darwaza, which was used by Raja Ram Maharaj when Aurangzeb attacked the fort after killing Sambhaji Maharaj. And after escaping from Raigad, Raja Ram Maharaj kept fighting Aurangzeb to avenge Sambhaji Maharaj and to expand the Maratha Empire until Aurangzeb died. And the marketplace in Raigad is called Bazar Pit, which was designed so that if you were on horseback, you could remain on horseback while shopping and you wouldn't have to get down. So it could be said like a modern drive-through in a sense. Rajgarh was the capital before Raigad, and Shivaji Maharaj spent a lot of his life here. Pratapgarh, this is known for where Shivaji Maharaj killed Afzal Khan. Panhargarh, Shivaji Maharaj escaped from Siddhi Johar when he was trapped on this fort, and later one of his soldiers called Kondaji Farzand, he retook this fort with just 60 soldiers against 10,000. Shivneri, this is the birthplace of Shivaji Maharaj, and it represents the historical significance of the Maratha Empire. Lohagarh, this is where most of the Maratha treasury was stored, and it was designed so that the entrance to the fort was hidden, so the enemy cannot find the entrance. Visapur and Lohagarh are two twin forts, and Visapur is often mistaken for the main fort, which makes Lohagarh remain safe from the enemy. Salhergarh, this fort was designed so that the fortress and the mountain look as if they are one, so they are camouflaged, and the enemy does not know where the attack can come from. Sindhudurga is a naval fort, one of Maharaj's many naval fortresses, and this one was designed by Maharaj, so this is Maharaj's own fort. Vijayadurga, this is also a naval fort, but what is special about it is that it has underwater walls. So if an enemy ship tries to attack it, they will sink before they reach the fort. And Surwangarh and Khanderi, these are also naval fortresses, and Khanderi was actually Maharaj's first naval fortress. So Maharaj put a lot of emphasis on his navy at that time. Jinji is a fort in Tamil Nadu. So in Maharaj's Karnataka campaign, he conquered many territories down south, and Jinji was one of them. So at that time, Shivaji Maharaj had 300 forts at the time of his death. And Jinji could be said to be a predecessor of the future, where Shivaji Maharaj's grandson Shah Maharaj and his minister Bajirao Peshwa I, they took over almost all of India, and by the 18th century, all of India was under Maratha rule. And these are weapons used by Marathas in battle. Katar is a type of dagger used for close combat. Wagnaka, this was inspired by tiger claws, and Shivaji Maharaj used these to kill Afzal Khan. Danpatta is a type of gauntlet sword, and it is 4 foot long and is a wavy metal. It extends all the way back to an elbow. So good sword makers always say that a sword is an extension of your arm. The Danpatta is a perfect example of this, where it is literally part of your arm. Gurj is a type of sword and a mace combined. The handle is of a sword, but the tip is of a mace. So it is easier to use, but it can also break armor the same. Dal is a shield. Dhanushaban are bow and arrows. Dhop Talwar is a 4 foot long sword that Shivaji Maharaj extended the length of, so soldiers on horseback could reach enemy soldiers below them. Madhu, this is a type of shield but has antelope horns in it, so it can be used for offense and for defense. And Kurad is a type of battle axe with a flat blade, opposite to the Farshu, which is a crescent blade. And these weapons are designed specifically for women and children to use. So if a village is attacked, women and children will be able to defend themselves. And then these were some of the soldiers of Swarajya who fought with Shivaji Maharaj for his ideal. So Netaji Palkar, he was the first commander-in-chief of the cavalry, and he was so invested into Swarajya that he was known as Prakti Shivaji, or Shivaji's counterpart. Mainak Mandare, he was a naval commander, and he In the daytime, he would fight the Portuguese ships, and at nighttime, he would construct Sinurga Fort. So 24/7, he was always working. Maharaji Naik, he was the head of the espionage department or spy department. And after the Navy, the spy department was where Shivaji Maharaj put a lot of his investment. And out of the thousands of soldiers in the spy department, only Maharaji Naik's name is known. Firongji Narsaya, he was the fort commander of Chakan Fort, which is a land fort. And when Shaista Khan attacked it, he thought this would be an easy fort to take because it is a land fort. But Firongji Narsaya proved him wrong, fighting for 2.5 years. And earlier I mentioned that soldiers of all different religions fought for Shivaji Maharaj. An example of this were the naval commanders Daulat Khan and Darya Sarang. So Daulat Khan was a Muslim naval commander who fought for Shivaji Maharaj, and Darya Sarang was also a Muslim naval commander. So this was Ganpati year 2025.